My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Crystal Edge Technology Screens using Technology Game. I went down and placed some orders for some other colors that I'm going to try this coating technology on to see how it's going to react to other colors. So right now I'm using a purple screen paint, and in the screen paint there is a coating that allows for the screen to be able to read color. Let me get you an idea of exactly, for those who haven't seen this video before. I actually will put in the comment section the video link on painting that screen. All right, so this is my giant bag of candy, but this is the technology here. Well, it's actually the color. That's the color. So I'm going to be trying 2 more colors tomorrow to see how it reacts with the coating, see exactly where we're going to hit a block, what we can get away with this new coating. So actually this is the color of the screen, and inside this paint is basically a formula that allows for the screen to read color. Now I'm going to go over here and show you real quick on my purple projection screen. So keep in mind, if you paint your screen purple, everything will be purple on your screen. That is a special coating that we put into the paint to allow it to read color. So I'll cover my projector real quick so you can see my screen is purple. And we'll begin, because one of my friends is hounding me right now about getting online playing Streets of Rage with him, which I can't right now because I am working. And there you go. So we're getting quite a lot of emails for this coating that we have developed. I'm sorry, I just can't give out that information. Like I said before, all this technology is going to be under trademark secrets and patents and all other good stuff. So, yeah, it is basically a purple paint. When we did with a blue paint, I'm going to try red and yellow next. And what the coating does is basically it allows for whatever we drop it into to give it the ability to read color from the projector. So if the projector is projecting contrast or white levels or greens or blues or reds, it can read it, despite if the screen is purple, orange, or whatever color we choose. So technically, we can't call it screen paint, the technology, because it's a coating that allows, like I said, it codes colors. Now, those of you who had a chance to come in and watch me paint this screen and dry it, like I said, I'll put that link at the bottom so you can see that for yourself. Now, keep in mind, we have technology here that has a slight bit of that coating. Black screens have that technology within them because that's how our black screens are able to see white levels. It's funny how, basically, like I said, I don't tell you everything, all right? I tell you a few things. So, when I had people coming in saying that, oh, it has to be the cell phone, why the levels were so bright, I never told you that there's coding in the screen. Some things are not meant to be told until they're ready to be told. So there's no way you can get around saying that, oh, this is a cell phone trick, because the screen's purple. One's actually blue. And you can't basically what they're trying to say, the reason with the black screens is the reason why, it's because they're producing such high white levels. It's because there was something in the cell phone that was turning my brightness up in order to make the white levels come up higher. Did you ever consider the fact it was coding that was put into the black screens to give them the ability to read white light that would come off from the projectors? Didn't think about that part, but I didn't feel the need to tell you that. I just let you go on and keep going on with your nonsense. These crow boys go with your nonsense and your theories and stuff, but you didn't know the entire time that I'm coding the screens. I don't feel the need to tell you everything. So now you really see what it is. It's a coding technology that we developed that allows a screen to be able to recognize and read color, as you've seen with the purple screen. So there's no cell phone tricks to do that one. I can't adjust the brightness on my phone to make color come out of my screen. But I kind of like to let people wait and let them talk all the craziness they want to talk, and then at the last minute I'll show you what it really is. So that way, kind of makes all your theories pretty much just sunken ships. That's pretty much it. There's no way to come back from that. That's how the black silvers are able to pull contrast levels on a gray screen that's not supposed to pull contrast. Has nothing to do with basically mixing paint together. It goes farther than that. Way farther than that. Some things are just meant not to be known yet. That's how the black screens can pick up white levels, because there's a coating inside those that paint that allows them to be able to see white light. Now, not as bright as a white screen, or not as bright as not as bright as a white screen, or not as bright as a gray screen, but it does read code. It can actually read white levels from the projector in color and everything else. So it has nothing to do with mixing paints together at all. Not a thing, nothing. It's a formula that we developed that allows for us to drop that into whatever we want, and it allows the projector to be able to read the color. When I made a statement, and I made this before, I put little hints in there when I said we are way beyond screen paints. I wasn't joking. Just wasn't the time to say certain things yet. Now, as for that screen paint we have that's designed to basically take on light, that has nothing to do with the paint. It's a coating that it's designed to do that. It's possible that you can control and design screens and heighten the gain on a screen. It's possible. Like I said, it can be done. Can you imagine if you have the ability to marry the gain of a screen into actual light? That's how those screens are able to take in sunlight. Instead of rejecting it, they can adapt to it. That's why I said in 2021, we're working on something big. These projection screens that we're working on, these screens will be to sit out there at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and take a direct hit from sunlight and still produce a beautiful image. And people say, oh, that's not possible. It is possible. All things are possible if you put your faith in God. I've never seen half of these birds, but they're beautiful. So if everybody else is having a great day, be safe, please. I'll bring it up a little closer. So that's how I know that when Mr. You-Know-Who was trying to do a demonstration on our black screen paint and how we knew it was black paint, because the coating wasn't coming up right. And we can see it from the camera. That's how we knew. We know when this stuff's been tampered with. It doesn't react right. It looks real strange on camera. It's funny, all that time, everybody thought that it was basically us mixing different paints together. No, it was never that. Just didn't want to, it wasn't your time to know yet. Accusing us that it must have been black paint, it must be this, it must be that, it must be all these things. And didn't realize the entire time it was a coating technology we're using. So, I'm curious to see what holds for me in 3D mapping, because that's my next step. I think I got myself a pretty good PC. I got myself a Dell 7010, which was a really good gaming PC, but we don't need it for that. Eventually, the specifications for the software is a little bit high, so I need a great video card, but it's something to work for the time being. I got a GTX 1650. No, a GTX, yeah, 1650. That's somebody constantly sending me requests to go play games with them. I can't play games because I'm working right now. And soon I will be able to take this image and put it here in a pillar to project it anywhere I want. That's why I'm buying the special scanning software, projection scanning software. And I can coat 3D objects with special technology to make it stand out, hologram technology. Oh, I cannot wait for that. I'm so excited. We can code any color we want and use it. Now keep in mind that our older technology under Onyx did not have any form of coding whatsoever. I can't tell you when we started this with the coding, but I can tell you that the older videos back then did not have that capability at all whatsoever. And that's where the trademark secret comes in. So we have to apply for a trademark secret because that coding has to be protected, just in case if somebody decides to reverse engineer and try to figure out what it is, which is going to be kind of hard to do because it is a pain in the freaking neck to make. If you make it wrong, let's put it this way, you might want to wear a mask to the entire thing because the outcome is not going to be pretty. But other than that, it works. And we're using a 720p projector. No 1080p, no 4K. It also has color enhancement technology. It's beautiful. It can make a 720p look absolutely amazing. Now the blue technology I showed off has the coding too. Now that's in that demonstration. We swap back and forth and on camera between a 4,000 lumen projector down to a 1,000 lumen projector, and it still reacted the same way. I'll show you what the lights are if you care to see. can read in the dark too. Just low because the technology has ambient light projection technology embedded into it. It still can read in the dark as well with the lights. So it doesn't make a difference if you're in a pitch black environment. Whatever that projector hits that technology is that coating's going to read it. Keep in mind this is just 720p. We're not even at 1080p yet. No calibrating your projector anymore. You'll get the deepest reds, beautiful blues. Everything is what your projector is designed to do. You will see it. You will get every bit of what you paid for when it comes to your projector without calibrating it. See how snow white the whites are? It's kind of weird seeing whites on a purple screen, huh? Just you can see how bright white they are.
During the holidays, we were able to get a lot of really awesome food from the local pantry. The day before.
You see the screen switch back. You see it purple, and it changes to this. Purple, and it changes to that. I saw something that I wanted to play. Let's see if I can remember. Saved some videos that I wanted to see. Let me go to my whatchamacallit real quick. See if I can find what I downloaded. I wanted to see real quick. No. That would have been a screenshot. That wouldn't have been a picture. This is what I wanted to look at right here. What are these called? Okay, let me look that up. I was curious about that. Let's see, 8K Desired Nature. 8K Desired Nature. I'm gonna look at that up for a minute. Always interesting. Some new content they could have on here. Let's see, come on, let's play nice. Okay. Space. Okay. Okay, right up there, right up front. Okay, awesome. This is what I wanted to see. Now what we're going to do is now it comes to this stuff. I don't know what we're going to call it. It's weird. Look how bright the yellows pop. This is going to be fantastic for 3D applications. I want to see this one. Ooh, good gracious. And I love the light levels when they it comes up on the screen like that. Oh, white levels on this technology right here is insane. It's freaking berserk. Can't believe it. Okay, it's at 720p. That's it. It's a $139 projector I have over here that I bought from eBay. Used. No 4K, no lasers, none of that. No, you have to pay all that kind of money. It's the whole purpose of coding. Get the full potential of what your projector is capable of doing. Do you have any idea what this stuff would do to a black diamond? Kind of made a promise to Screen Innovation when they handed me that little piece of paper, that document, that little. Told them I was going to come back with something that they wouldn't believe. If I were to go against a black diamond with this, it wouldn't even stand against it. Because their screens can't read color. Our screens can. That would be humiliating. To get beat by a purple projection screen. Even humiliating if I made one that was pink and blew out a black diamond or blew out any other screen but a pink screen. And I think that's the next one I'm going to design. Oh, we already got the Crow Boys already coming in. Sorry, but you got to go, buddy. We don't have time for you today. You can't understand how this technology even works, and I couldn't even begin to explain it to you. I don't have a chalkboard, and I don't have sock puppets, so I can't tell you. That's good. I think we're going to wait for later for that one. If I really wanted to embarrass the technology, like I said, with this new coding technology, I could make myself a pink screen. We already got purple. We got blue. Because it's not the color of the screen, it's the coding in the screen that allows it to read the color. No, we don't make 8s anymore. We had a problem with that when COVID first hit. So we can't get the elements to make 8. The 12 is actually the advanced version of the 8, and the extreme is the advanced version of the 12. That's good, if you still have it. Look how bright the reds and blues and greens. Oh man, this is... I never get used to this coding stuff. I never get used to it. This is not 8 technology. It's not 8. It's not 12 has a little bit of it, because that's how 12s can bring up big, beautiful white levels and colors and stuff like that off a black surface. Black silvers have it because they have the ability to be able to pull up different things from there. Bye-bye. Anytime we show off anything like this, you're going to expect to have crow boys in here upset and angry. Because now we're way beyond on designing paints. Oh, 8's beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful. I wish we would have continued to be making the 8's, but we couldn't do it anymore. It's a beautiful screen paint. But we couldn't make it anymore. We had to discontinue it, and that's where the 12s came in. 12s, we can get the chemical, whatever to make the 12s, we can get lots of that. We just couldn't get any more. What we needed for the 8s, we couldn't get any more. But this stuff right here changes a lot of things. Like I said, we have bits and pieces of it in the 12. There's bits and pieces of the technology in the black silvers. That's when we had the black silver. That technology was able to produce contrast, color, all that with no problem whatsoever. Because God didn't tell me to give me a 10. I told you, all my knowledge comes from God. Whatever God tells me is what I make, is what I make. I don't question it. There's a reason for everything He gives me. And that's why you're seeing a purple screen produce bright yellow. That's the problem. When God gives you something, never question it. Just go with it. I never ask. I just go with it. When you learn to stop struggling against them, things come a lot easier. I'm just amazed off this. This is freaking purple. It's a purple screen. And it's the color coding is working perfectly. It's reading the projector perfectly. No, I don't ask that question. That's the problem with us being human beings, the fact that we think we have so much authority in life that we can question God. You don't question God. Just do what He tells you to do, and that's it. He knows more than better than we do. We can only grow things. We can't make things. You can grow a tree. You can't make a tree. Well, God is the one that gave me the ability to be able to make this, and you're watching this live, so, How is it possible that I'm scamming anybody and you're watching me produce white and red levels on a purple screen live in real time? This is not even pre-recorded. When people come in and act like that, people have to understand that's the devil's job. The devil's job is to cause trouble and chaos and whatever he can possibly can. That's his job. And people basically follow behind that rule, and you're basically just doing his work. I don't have time for that nonsense. I'm on a whole higher level now. This isn't about mixing paints together anymore. It ain't about that anymore. This is a whole different world of technology now that we've actually got blessed to have. This is coding technology. Which means all that mixing that brown, white paint and gray paint and all that silver and Christmas glitter, oh, that stuff it's done. Do you have any idea the advancement behind this technology? That I don't have to, no more of basically worrying about calibrating your projector or whether if your room, keep in mind, we're in a fully lit environment doing these demonstrations, and look how bright and beautiful the screen looks. None of that nonsense. You know what happens when you mix paints together? Like gray paints. People put gray paints with black paints and whites and grays to make certain basic tones of grays and stuff like that. It clouds the what does it call it? When the projector produces image on the screen, it clouds it. It muddies up the image. That's what it does. That's why Crow Boys couldn't figure out when I was showing off a black screen that was producing high white levels. They couldn't figure it out. They're saying, oh, it's got to be the camera. He's got to be heightening the brightness on his projector, on his camera, in order to make the levels look that high. So, if it was a camera that was doing all that, right, how come the camera is not doing the same thing here? Because this screen is purple, which means the camera is also heightening the color, contrast, and everything else too. They can't figure that out. It bothers them. But all that mixing screen paint with different, no, it just all you're doing is you're basically just clouding the image. I show all my settings, and keep in mind, Crow Boy, before you get down the road, I have done demonstrations on my Casio 2500 lumen projector, showing the settings on that projector at 16, minus 16, and actually my contrast was 1 in eco mode 3. We've done all that testing already. Everything you're talking about has already been done. Back out of the video, go in and watch my other demonstrations before you start running your mouth, because they've all been done already. Done it on ultra short throw, done it on long throw, done it 20 feet back, done a demonstration outside at 13 feet. Matter of fact, the Blues did it, 13 feet back on a 1,000 lumen projector outside. All those demonstrations are done. So go back and watch those videos and then get back with me. Oh, you want to know what the brightness is on my projector? The brightness on my projector is 26. 26. This projector goes all the way up to 90 in brightness, and mine's set at 26. That's it. Oh, you thought it'd be set at 30 or 50 or 60, right? No. 26. They're worried about the settings on my projector because they're saying that, I'll tell you why. They're worried about the settings on my projectors because usually when it comes to the Crow Boys and Crow, they can't figure out how the technology is looking like this. So they're trying to find all these little answers, or trying to find all these little reasons on why the screen is reacting this way, instead of accepting the technology for what it is. It's a jealousy thing. So the first thing they start screaming, oh, it's got to be the settings in the projectors. That's why it's so bright, so and so and so. My projector settings are at 23. 23. The settings on a Christie go up to 90. So that tells you something right there. How am I misleading? This is live. So now, wait. Now it went from me basically having the bright levels on my phone to me basically going and tweaking all the levels on my phone now. So that's what it is now. Oh, keep on trying. It's funny when you can't figure out what it is. That's sad. That shows you how sad and desperate they are. That is really sad and desperate. Now I have changed all the settings on my phone to make them extra bright. So that means anything you look at in the environment would be super bright, right? Huh. So I wonder why everything in here is not super bright and not orangey and pushing out. But over here is just a screen. So is my camera special? Does it have the ability to only hit certain areas and become brighter? Okay. That's sad, isn't it? It's sad when you get people like that. It bothers them. It's called trusting God and hard work. That's what it's called. If you do both of those, you probably might be able to do the same thing too, or maybe something better. But you can't because your mind is so negative and you're so trapped inside the box. You can't think outside the box. I would not want to live a day in your life, in your world. I would not want to. It must be like a prison. You can't think outside the box. Can't see anything different. Everything is all wrapped around conspiracy. That's sad. That's a sad way to live. You have no vision. That's the problem. All right, let me explain something to you, Charlie, and how intelligent you just sounded right now. How in the world am I going to show settings on my phone if I'm actually on live right now using my phone? And you cannot adjust the brightness on your phone if you turn it down on this end since I'm using live. Good gracious, my man, crack a book. I swear. That is the dumbest thing. I'm sorry to call anybody stupid, but that's one of the dumbest things I have ever heard. So I'm in live doing a live demonstration and they wanted me to show the settings on my phone or turn the settings down on my, oh wow. Never mind. I block you because you come in saying dumb stuff. If you come into my channel, you say dumb things, then you get blocked. That's all to it. I'm not going to listen to an idiot. You can't stand the fact that we figured out coding. Let me see what else we got on here that we can play around with. What are you mad about? What are you so upset about? You're angry because you can't do it. That's the problem. You're angry because you're upset. You don't buy the product. You don't support the product. So what you so angry about? That product does not sit in your living room or in your man cave. So what's your problem? It's a jealousy thing. But feel free to paint your screen purple and do the same demonstration. I would love to see that. As a matter of fact, you could post it right at the bottom of this video. Go down to Home Depot, go to Lowe's and buy yourself some purple paint and paint your screen purple. I would love to see that demonstration. I'm not angry. Does it sound like I'm angry? No, it sounds like you think I sound like I'm angry because basically I'm putting you on blast for asking me such dumb questions. Crow boys, you have to understand. I could block my settings so you can't say anything at all, but I chose to turn my settings on for one reason, because I want people to see how dumb you sound. Some of the dumb things that y'all say to me day in and day out, I want people to see this. That's why my settings are off. It's not because I turned them off, because I'm afraid you guys are going to bombard the room. No, I want you to bombard the room because I want people to see the idiotic, dumb stuff that you say on a day-to-day basis. You want me to show settings on my phone? I'm using my phone in live. Oh my God, I swear, that's just so funny. That's the best one I heard all week. Thank you for the laugh. That was kind of stressed out with work today. I needed that one. I can't wait to call my business partners about that one. And they watch these videos, they ain't cracking up. He was like, how in the world? I say, hey, I kind of miss these guys. I'm telling you, the last 4 days I had my settings off so they couldn't say anything. I miss these jokers because they say some of the most hilarious stuff I have ever heard. And it is funny as I don't know what. I'm in live doing a video demonstration and they'll say that, oh, this is fake. You're using camera tricks. It's got to be smoke and mirrors. I guess I got magical powers too. Pretty sure I got magical powers. Oh man, that's hilarious. That's why I put I take the settings off, because I have people watching right now saying, yo, you gotta see some of the crazy stuff these people say. Oh, nobody, guess what? I freaking screenshot all your comments. You know that, right? Yeah, all your comments are screenshot. All this stuff is sent over. Your second phone, buddy. Which means I'm snapping pictures of your comments. Oh, you didn't realize that, did you? Now, what was that you said? Hold on. Here, hold on. I'll help you out with that. There you go. Making me a nice little video collage of all your comments. I've been doing that for the last couple of days. I've been snapping your comments so I can share that. We're gonna make a collage video of all the haters, but keep on sending them. I'm enjoying it. And then I block you. Goodbye. I think the funniest one I did, I did a screen, right? I painted it. And I took a piece of, not to bring this guy's name up, but I took a piece of Crow's UV mix. I painted it and blended it. Of course, our screen can blend it to a screen. Our black screens do it all the time. So I blended the screen in, and I put these fish on, and Crow's screen paint was actually blended into the black screen. So I invited all the Crow boys in and say, hey, look, tell me what's wrong with my screen. And they said, well, it was too dark, and it discolored, and they said all these nasty things about the screen. I said, you do know that Crow's screen paint is right in the center of the screen. And I pulled it, I said, here you go. Oh man, that was the best video. I'm gonna post at the bottom. You gotta see that one. That is freaking hilarious. That's a good one. They don't even know what they're looking at. They were looking right at it. They didn't know. They didn't realize the black screen blended that screen that fast, mimicked it, and they came in and casted all the insults on my screen, not realizing that the person who they supposed to support, they were actually insulting the screen too. But they couldn't see it because the black technology that was supposed to be so dark was able to pull up a high enough white level to blend into the other screen, and they couldn't see it. Oh my God. Hold on for a minute. You got to come out of this one real quick. That was just hilarious. I wonder. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to have some fun real quick. We can pull it up now. Let's see if we can find that video. I gotta post that one on Facebook too. I don't know how. Well, they couldn't see it anyway if they wanted to. Good gracious, that's a lot of videos. Huh. Yeah, all these little nasty comments that they like to make to me, they're all posted onto my Facebook fan page. My customers read through this stuff all day. Just to show them exactly how high the haters are. Here it is right here. This is the video right here. Crow Boys Welcome. Is the Supreme Black too dark? Didn't realize there was a Crow screen paint was actually in the middle of that screen and they couldn't see it. Let me see if I got, is this the one right here? No, it's the one with the fish, the one with the fish. Doesn't make a difference if I block you. The bottom line is I always snapshot y'all comments before I basically block you. So that you know that already. Didn't I just say that a few minutes ago? How are you not hearing that? I just said that a few minutes ago that I snapshot your comments before you block you. And he just says, well, how do you know if you blocked us? I swear. If your milk smells and tastes like cottage cheese, it's a good chance it could be bad. I would suggest you stop eating it and toss it in the trash, please. I hate to be rude to people, but good gracious, some of the questions, like I said, I don't mind people coming to ask me correct questions like, hey, can it be applied to this? My screen is this size. I'm using that kind of projector. These are questions I usually get all day from customers that call me up. If I want to use this outside, if I want to use it on a motorized projection screen, but these jokers just kind of come up with all these conspiracy theories and try to say this is how it's done and that's how it's done, and they can't figure it out, and it baffles the daylights out of them. Here we go right here. This is the video right here. So I want you to look at the screen very carefully. We invited a bunch of Crow boys into the room. Asked them, what do you think is wrong with the screen? So all they were telling me, oh, the screen's this, the screen's that. Oh, their comments were left up there. We left the comments. Unless they wanted deleted their own comments, they were left up there. About how they thought the screen was too dark, how it was trash, how it was this, that, and the other. All right, I'll get to you, Crow boy. Wherever you are. Fantastic. We're going to be outside doing tests for the screen black. But, Crow boys, I want you to stare at that screen carefully. Put your opinions. I'm curious if y'all want to get on me about my testing. How come Crow never, or anybody other company, doesn't take their screen paint outside and do a 13-foot test? At 6 o'clock in the evening on 1,000 lumens. How come they don't test their screens on 20 feet back on 900 lumens? They don't never do any of that stuff. How come I'm the only one that does this stuff? Ask me that one question. They don't do any of the tests we do. So we do projectors at 20 feet between 8 and 900 lumens. We test our screens on ultra short throws, all different sorts of projectors. 13, 14 projectors are tested on my screens. I test my screens against 5 or 6 different high performance professional screens. How come they don't do those demonstrations? I'm gonna ask y'all some questions like that too. Where are those demonstrations at? How come I'm the only one doing these demonstrations? So y'all want to get on me and come into my room and talk about how I don't do my work correctly? Where's those demonstrations at? Oh, because y'all don't do them. That's what the problem is. You don't do those demonstrations. You won't be blocked. Express yourself. I do advise that you block yourself. You will not be blocked. See, don't they weren't going to be blocked. Right. Unless you say something stupid like, a threat or basically something dumb that has nothing to do with the screen paint, then I'll block you. But other than that, like I said, voice your opinion. You're always complaining about. And mind you, I'm showing you my video playback on a purple screen. So all this time, they were in there talking all this trash about the screen being this and the screen being that and all this stuff they were talking. When they got near the very end. So, my technology being black and this being gray and my technology having the ability to... Watch this. Talked all this trash. Or shadowy, so-and-so. So it was shadowy. It's funny, these screens pull up outside and they go edge to edge. I'm asking you a question. I asked you a question about the screen. Is it, don't talk about the frame, talk about the screen. Okay, I'm going to show you, since you were running your mouth so much about the technology, that in the middle of the screen is actually Crow's screen paint. Did you know that? His screen was sitting there the entire time. Oh, wait, you said too dark, right? Guess what? Crow's paint was in the middle of the screen the entire time. So when you were sitting there criticizing my screen, saying it was too dark and too that, you were also criticizing Crow's technology also. You idiots. I hate to call you that, but that's what you are. No, I'm leaving your comments on here. I'm leaving them on here. I wanted to catch you so you can see exactly that you don't know what you're talking about. So, my technology being black and this being gray and my technology having the ability to blend his screen so well that you couldn't even see the screen when you were looking at it. All you thought you were seeing was my technology when you're actually looking at his too. Which means that when you complain about my technology being so dark versus his, that so dark versus his that when his screen stands out and my screen just stays dark, you couldn't even tell that his screen was sitting in there the whole entire time. All right, I'm not even going to block you because I'm going to keep this on here for everybody to see. Oh, that is funny. I said, you know what? I should do that today. Yep. Got every last one of them. Came in the room talking all this trash about the screen and didn't realize that their buddy Crow's screen was sitting right in the middle of that screen the entire time, which means that black screen generated a white level so high it blended a screen that was 3 times lighter than it, and they couldn't see it. In there. You know why? Because the black screen can produce white levels that high to blend into a screen that is lighter than it. And you couldn't see it. Couldn't see it. Yeah, funny. I'll put the video link at the bottom so you can see it in the comments. If they didn't go in and delete their comments. They was mad. They was carrying on them, cursing and everything. They was mad. They got duped. Should have known better than that one. Come on now. Should have known better than that. Thank you so much, David. Yeah, they came in talking all this trash about this and the other, so I set them up. I did a video. I put the same black screen right here, same black screen, and I put Crow's screen right in the middle of it. And they came in, I said, what's wrong with the screen? Give me your opinion. They talked all this trash. It was this, it was that, it was garbage. It was blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And didn't realize that his screen paint was sitting right in the center of that screen the entire time. They don't even know what they're talking about. That's what I'm saying. They're just throwing insults out just for the sake of throwing insults out with no knowledge whatsoever. They don't know what they're talking about. And meanwhile, in Kenny's world, he's making purple screen paint. They don't know what they're talking about. That's when they get into all that whole camera settings and all that stuff. That's just them rambling off at the mouth. They don't even know what they're talking about. They couldn't even tell it. We couldn't even see Crow's paint. That was sitting right there on the screen the whole entire time. But I'll put that video at the bottom so you can check it out for yourself. Oh, it's funny. On the camera, I said, I hate calling the guy an idiot, but come on, what else are you going to be? If you're basically on there acting up and carrying on like that, it's just you just come in the room, just carrying on for the sake of just carrying on and don't even know what the heck you're talking about. We've got teeny tiny prices. You may not have heard of Sierra, but I'm going to go jump online because somebody was bugging me. They sent me like 8 or 9 requests to go in and game. I could use some gaming right now. Yeah, on and off. They don't know what they're talking about. They just come in the room running their mouths. That's why none of them are in here right now talking and chatting. But you can read their comments pretty soon. I'm going to be loading all their comments up on my Facebook page because we got the hater section when people just hate my technology for the sake of just hating it. And that video is actually in there too on Facebook, Twitter, and just about everywhere else. We could post it. So people can see exactly that they couldn't even tell Crow's paint when they were looking directly at it the entire time, insulting my screen. Oh well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Be safe out there and God bless. And Crow Boys, be careful what you're staring at because you never know when somebody's technology might be embedded in there and you might insult your friend. Don't do that, okay? Bye-bye.